Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 21st of March. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. This week we have ANZ, BPH Energy, Kogan, Service Stream and Macquarie. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so please ensure you are getting that report as well. And if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if now's the time to get my personal help, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So here's the weekly chart of ANZ. It is one that I looked at the start of the year in the Dynamic Investor. So we noticed that there was this very clear resistance line at 26 and the shares were building up under it. So quite simply, a break of $26 was the buy signal, and we're looking at resistance to come in obviously near these peaks, sort of around 29. So look, it's had a good run, but clearly it's hitting resistance now. If we have a look at sort of what's happening shorter term, we've had this period of very nice sort of stable moves most of the way, and now we're getting a bit of a sell-off, bit of volatility, and it's struggling. So it is likely to consolidate here, whether we see it move sideways before breaking higher or we see it fall all the way back down to here. It's sort of impossible to know now, but clearly the upside for the moment is capped for ANZ. Okay, BPH. So it does look like one to avoid at the moment because of this sort of price action. So, very nice move up on volume, but then pulled back and did it again. But it's pulled all the way back below where that sort of breakout was. So, not a great sign, of course. If I just zoom out, we could see it's done something like this before, where it's shot up and everyone's sold into it. So clearly you've got a bunch of buyers up here. I doubt it's just going to spike up. I mean, it can happen, but I think the odds are that any sort of rally, you've got these trapped buyers, they're going to sell into it, and you end up with a situation like this where it just builds a base for a long period of time. It doesn't look promising at this point in time. Kogan, so this is another one that sort of we looked at a few months ago. Obviously there was a bit of a downtrend, an upside break, and then once it got through this sort of downtrend here, it's clearly had a massive run. Obviously quite advanced in the run, so I think the risk now is more skewed to the downside, because it's not at the start of the move anymore. Can it continue going higher or not? I think because of that uncertainty, and we could see it's now struggling here, you'd be looking to take some profits or partial profits after the big run, and then just letting this resolve, see what it wants to do, let it consolidate, and then you can plan your next move. Service Stream, so look, another one that's had a great run recently. When you see a chart like this, definitely one to keep an eye on, because you've got this really long consolidation and then the range was tightening up, and then here you've got that clear break on big volume, and even though it might have been up quite a bit that day, that was just a classic buy signal. And obviously because of this long consolidation period, we've now seen a substantial move. So sort of like the previous stock, you're well in advance of the move. You can hold on, it might continue on. I'd be tempted to take sort of partial or some profits here, because it is sort of slowing down, and then just see what happens. If it consolidates and does another break, you can get back in, or maybe it dips and does a reversal. But I think after a run like that, you'd be looking to secure at least some of your profits. Macquarie, so trading really well. I mean, this has had multiple buy signals. We've sort of tracked this one as well in the Dynamic Investor. So firstly, you had this reversal here. So a situation where on news it opened lower, reversed higher, so a big reversal day on volume, and then continued on. So basically first buy signal, the next buy signal was obviously the break of the downtrend, next buy signal. And then the most recent one was this reversal here, so where the shares opened lower again on news, finished on their pretty much near their highs at the end of the day, and then within a couple of days had overcome all of that drop. So again, another sort of bullish sign and a buy signal. Look, the way Macquarie's trading, it's very sustainable compared to the other banks. So it's just chugging away. If we move to the weekly chart, you'd expect it to continue heading higher to get towards this old peak. There'll be some selling, some resistance, so some sort of consolidation. And then I think it's just a matter of time until it breaks through that and continues higher. Well, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll cover it next week for you.